no massage in there.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is Mr. Enfuego, one half of the Baseball Junkies podcast. Before we get the show going, we just want to make sure that both you, the viewer, and the listener are fully aware that this podcast is not intended to provide any form of investment advice. The opinions expressed here by either the host or any guest do not necessarily reflect the views of any sports card investor, organization, and or entity within the sports card market. Any discussion of sports card values in the past or present is not a guarantee of future performance. Two collectors with a common love of baseball cards. A League of Her Own, Mr. Enfuego. Welcome to the Baseball Junkies podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Baseball Junkies podcast. I'm your host, Adrian, from A League of Her Own on YouTube.
And this is your boy, Mr. Enfuego, also on YouTube.
It has been a week in the sports card world, specifically baseball cards here. We've got lots to talk about and share with you today. It's been a good week. I've had a good week with baseball cards. How you doing, Mr. Fuego? How's everything going?
Everything's going great. Also getting some good mojo in the baseball hobby. I was able to actually secure a pre-order of that J-Rod X collection, so I can't wait for that. So
I cannot wait for that. Can't wait to talk about that a little bit later too. It's going to be good.
Definitely.
It has been good. I should say that. So that's going to be good. Appreciate you guys all taking the time to come over here. If you got time, smash that like button, hit that download button if you're doing the podcast format style of this. In our Card Community, it's been a busy day over on the Card Community Inc. channel. They've been live streaming yesterday, today. They're doing tomorrow too. All kinds of things in honor of the celebration of life for Steve Marquez. So you guys being here, I know a lot of you have been over there most of the day, so I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come over here. It means a lot. I'm going to get right into podcast because we got a lot to cover today. You got anything else you want to hit up before I start hitting buttons here?
Nope. Let's give the host of that live stream a break and just sit back and enjoy the show.
Here we go. All right, we have a few upcoming releases we want to let you know about. At this time, it's showing on September 27th, and this might change, but right now, Topps Definitive Collection's coming out. That's a super high-end Topps product. It's about last year sold around $2,000 a box. It's a one-pack box with 8 cards in it. They're all super high-end cards. You can get autos and patches and stuff like that in there. That's dropping. We're thinking on September 27th, so we'll see how that goes. That's a product that I usually just sit back and watch.
Definitely,
yeah. Can't really partake in the purchase of those. We also talked about it a little bit last week as well. On September 29th, Leaf Exotic comes out. It's kind of a higher end product for Leaf. That's a one-pack box with 3 cards. All of them are autoed and all of them are numbered 10 or less. That's about $90 for those. So 3 cards, 10 or less, autographed for $90. Panini Select, looking to be dropping on October 4th. This is more of a regular, I would say low end to
low to medium, somewhere around there.
Especially with the way things are going with Panini right now. I'm going to say more low end. Panini Select it's 12 packs per hobby box with 5 cards per pack. You're supposed to get it on average, Panini's favorite thing to say, 2 autos, 2 mem cards, looking about $150 for those right now on pre-order. Also dropping at this time on October 4th, Topps Gilded, another high-end product, 1 pack, 5 cards, about $660. This came out last year for the first time, and they're super beautiful cards, and it was really the price really got driven up because of the Julio rookies in that, and they're
definitely
amazing, beautiful set. That's another one I've got to skip on personally. But hey, $660, that would be like a splurge. Every once in a while, I might splurge on something that expensive.
It's like a once in a lifetime type deal.
Yeah. And then last but not least, a little bit further out, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit, is Topps Update flagship. Topps Update coming out on October 11th at this time. Pre-orders did drop on Topps earlier this week or last week. Sold out pretty quick, the jumbos and the hobbies. There were blasters still available for pre-order. When I checked earlier on Topps, I didn't see those on there anymore. We did have Allen and Ginter, which is something we were reviewing this week, is still on Topps, which I did find it was a little bit more expensive on Topps than what it was on blowout cards. So something to keep in mind. That doesn't usually happen. So hobby boxes of Topps Update are looking to be around $95 right now. You got 20 packs, 12 per, one auto or relic, and one silver pack. And the jumbo is about $175 with 10 packs, 46 cards, 2 silver packs. You got a guaranteed auto in there, mem card. You'll get a jumbo card in there. That's what I've got going for Topps Update this year. You had some interesting little tidbits.
So the configuration actually changed a little bit with Update, and you pretty much touched up on it. So it was announced that the Update series for 2023 will have your standard 20 packs with 12 cards versus your 24 packs with 14 cards from last year. But the HCA jumbo boxes will remain the same with what Adrian said. You have your standard 10 packs and 46 cards per pack.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to purchase this year. I don't know if I'm going to get a jumbo or a hobby. I'm excited about the All-Star cards in there, mostly because I got to go to the All-Star game this year. I did. Mm-hmm. You saw that Julio like mem auto that they show a picture of it. I mean, God, that would be a dream right there. But anyways, Topps flagship, we all love it. It's one of our staples. We love when Series 1 comes out and Series 2, it is. Now, I will say I'm not as excited about Update as I was last year with Julio and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not looking like at this time like it's super like good rookie loaded and stuff, but who knows? Maybe it'll surprise us.
I mean, the rookie class is somewhat still good, but again, 2022. That
I know.
Crop.
I know. I still like to want to go out and buy more Update from last year because I've been watching other channels. Like I seen KC Card Collection opening tons of that still and just pulling such fun stuff out of there. So anyway, so that's what we have for the upcoming releases. Shall we get into the reviews?
Let's get into some reviews.
Let's. Okay, I think the biggest thing that we reviewed this past week was 2023 Topps Allen and Ginter came out. I've seen lots of it opened. Allen and Ginter is always one of those products that people either love or hate because they've got a lot of the oddball cards in there, a lot of different like pop culture type of things in there. You got musicians, you got other sports, you've got what do they got? Like dessert cards this year?
They got dessert cards, animal cards, you name it, they got it.
I had a friend today send me a bunch of those Alex Rodriguez's I had showed you and a couple of those for me. And he put in a little mini of a goat card. The goat, like it was cute. It was, I kind of get why he sent that. Like, so they're weird. We've got channels in the card community that do the spinach hunt every year. They're always looking for the spinach cards out of, I think it's 2020.
Something like that. Yeah.
And there's another guy that looks for the goose cards and stuff like that. So it's an acquired taste for the most part.
Agreed. Yes.
What I've been seeing this week, pretty standard. I feel like Allen and Ginter has those rip cards that you can possibly pull. So it's a card that you can if you dare to tear kind of thing, where you can open it up and there's going to be a little mini card in there that could be better than leaving the card,
or it could fly.
Unripped. Most times it's not. You could get an autograph card in there, and it is a fun little twist. I personally am not at this time too keen on the design this year. There are some years of Allen and Ginter that I think look pretty good. This year so far, and I tried to go find a box like a blaster local, but I couldn't find one, because sometimes it's different when you're holding it in person.
Right.
But the design isn't getting me too excited this year. Usually later in the year, they'll come out with an Allen and Ginter Chrome, which anytime you shine something up, you get a little bit more excited about it. But I haven't seen any super crazy good hits. There are some cool things that we talked about with it, but how are you feeling about Allen and Ginter this
I mean, kind of like what you said, the design of the card is pretty much status quo with every other previous edition that came out, with some additions and takeaways to the checklist itself. Like, again, for 2023, we've got pretty much an A list of a bunch of celebrities that actually signed. And with these new celebrities that have actually signed cards that Allen and Ginter is producing, they're actually offering caveats if those cards are pulled too, like just before the podcast actually even started. Now, if you know who this person is, more power to you, because I brought it up to Adrian. Both of us had that deer in the headlight look. So there is a rapper out there who is on the checklist. He goes by the name of Hoodie Allen, and he just announced on X that one of the cards that he has signed in the new Allen and Ginter set comes with free concert tickets for life. Okay. And he actually inscribed that statement on that particular card. So I guess in a way you could kind of consider that his one of one with a bounty included. So, I mean, it's different this year, but it's really not.
I was just saying too, if that we were talking about that guy, if he turns out to be a big time rapper, that's going to be super cool.
Right.
I do see people in the comments. It's a huge thing. There's Wemby autograph cards in Allen and Ginter, so there's going to be some basketball guys out there that are super freaking ripping stuff for that and looking for that on eBay and stuff. So it's, don't get me wrong, it's cool. Lots of cool ideas. It's just, more times than not, when you open it, you get all these cards. You want baseball cards, and you get these cards that aren't baseball cards. Sometimes it's a downer. Some people love that though. So it's
I mean, if you happen to be a super fan of somebody like, again, Kevin Hart, for example, if he offered that incentive of lifetime tickets, I'm pretty sure everybody and their brother would be out trying to pull that card.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will definitely, if I come across a blaster, I'll pick one up. Or worst case scenario, if I don't find a blaster, I'll pick up a Bo Bichette single of it, right? From there, but
same here.
It's just one of those deals. One of those deals. Definitely. It's not for me, but I know a lot of people love it. So the other thing, kind of, sorta, but not really. The J-Rod Show Out collection did drop on Topps, sold out super fast. I haven't seen any of the ones from Topps ripped yet. I have seen the All-Star Game ones. So the Show Out collection boxes were available at the All-Star Game, the 3-pack boxes. And I've seen rips of that. I watched some more just recently, because I was looking to see if there were any new ones.
Right.
I think they're freaking amazing. I'm just saying.
And I just found out because I was fortunate enough to actually secure a pre-order for that one off of eBay, obviously, but I still got one. But what is it? The second round of pre-orders, they sold out just as fast, if not faster than the first round.
Yes.
And I believe the second pre-order release is scheduled for no later than the first week of October.
Okay. You got the bigger box, didn't you? The
I
10
did the 10 packs with the guaranteed auto.
with the guaranteed 10 packs guaranteed auto, and then there was the 3-pack. I don't think there was a guaranteed auto in that. Might have been guaranteed parallels.
Definitely guaranteed parallels. Yes.
Yeah. So I did open a box of this on my channel. I got in each pack, I got a card numbered to 25, and one of them was a sticker auto. So, and so today I watched some videos, and I did watch a kid and his dad open the 3 packs, got a Wander Franco auto in one. I know a month ago, that's super exciting. 2 months ago, and then they got a Julio auto in a different pack, and the third pack still had numbered to 25. It was awesome. So I'm excited for when you get your box, because those insert cards, they've kind of got the anime look, because Julio Rodriguez is really into anime.
He's the one who designed the whole set.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so those look fun. Those look fun. So I am excited to see that when they do come out. So you can go and see a sneak peek of these. There's a lot of videos with people opening the All-Star Game boxes that are similar. So you can get an idea of the base design and stuff like that. I haven't seen any of the inserts in the All-Star Game ones, but there were some cool autographs and Julio autographs nonetheless. So I'm excited to see more of that come out soon. Now, I know people ordered on Topps, and sometimes they order that when something like that comes out, it's ready and people get it like that week. I don't know when people that ordered this are going to get their orders, but of course we've got Mr. Fuego that's getting a box coming. So hopefully we'll see a video on that soon on your channel. So that'll be cool. All right. That is all I have for reviews this week. It was basically just Allen and Ginter. I'm still watching Cosmic and Bowman Chrome and stuff like that. But as far as new stuff coming out, Allen and Ginter was the one that took the cake this week.
Yeah, I mean, I did manage to see a hot box being ripped, so that was always a plus.
Hot box, Allen and Ginter.
Yes.
So was it every card, or each pack has got one?
Each pack has one kind of
rainbow
promo.
card.
Yeah, kind of.
Those are cool. Those are cool. So, not bad. All right, we got so much hobby news. I think it's time.
Let's do it.
We got a lot of hobby news. I'm going to start with the quick and simple things, I think, and move on from there.
Just rip Band-Aids off first.
I'm going to try. First, I think the first thing, because I think it's super quick, is the National got voted for 2026.
Yes.
To be in Chicago again. It beat out Atlanta and Atlantic City. I think a lot of people were kind of hoping Atlanta would be a cool idea, but it didn't. I think out of the 3, it got the least amount of votes. So I'm not sure the deal with that. So that's for 2026. So 2024, it's going to be in Cleveland. I think 2025 is also in Chicago. So it's going to be 2 years in a row in Chicago. 2 years in a row in Chicago, possibly 3, from what I've heard, because they do Chicago every other year, and the Chicago. So it's, anyways.
So it seems like the National belongs in Chicago.
It seems like it. I'm excited. I just got to go to Cleveland not too long ago. I enjoyed Cleveland. I'm excited because you and I are going to it next year. Let you guys all know that 2024 Baseball Junkie Podcast, Mr. Fuego, A League of Her Own will be there. We're doing this. It's going to be awesome. And then who knows in the next years where we'll be. We'll be at the Chicago ones too. Who knows? We'll see. All right. So that's what we've got for the national news there. Where do I want to go with this? I think I'll just get to it. Big news we probably saw all week and stuff like that with Fanatics, with Bowman Chrome, the 2 1-of-1s.
Yes, the 2 of 1.
Same exact player, the same exact card, pulled out of 2 separate, higher or more well-known breakers.
Right.
So there's just been kind of what the hell's a lot all week.
When that news broke out, there were so many negative thoughts that were running through my head. For one, what if it was a relevant name? And what if, because we know David Adams likes to splurge and make the hobby a little more interesting, a bounty was put on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
How would DA and this is, and we've mentioned this in the early stages of the podcast, if the grading companies communicated with the manufacturers who communicated with the distributors, so that way everybody's on the same sheet of music, nobody would drop the ball and be surprised by the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because if two Drew Jones 101s would have been pulled at $1 million a pop,
Mm-hmm.
you know how bad of a name David Adams would have had if they would have reneged on that bounty?
Yeah. I'd like to think in that situation, David Adams would do the right thing, and because they could do it, they could pay them both the bounty and be like, and tell fanatics like, what the heck? But who knows? At any rate, there being 2 1-of-1s doesn't bother me. It bothers me that they were both in boxes. I get if they've got one at Fanatics like warehouse in case the 1-of-1 they sent out was damaged.
Okay.
I can kind of get that, of them having a backup. So if I pulled a 1-of-1 and it was damaged, they can send me another one as long as I sent them the damaged one and they can dispose of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only, but the fact that they were both in boxes, both big name breakers, that's a whole nother issue.
Right.
Which, if you guys don't think already that the big breakers are getting loaded boxes, my opinion, you're wrong. I'm sorry.
But then, that kind of waters down the 101, because kind of like what you said, if they produced a subpar copy of a 101, somebody pulls it, it's not in the condition that it's expected to be in, they simply can call the manufacturer can just say, all right, send us that one, we'll send you another one. Mm-hmm. Then you're thinking, is it really a 101? Because then you'll go around and say, yep, I got a 101, but there's another 101 that's banged up that I sent back. So technically, it's really not a 101.
True. So I'm okay with there being only one 1-of-1, I should say, right. Also. And if it's damaged, then that, oh well, hell, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the only like logical thing that makes sense in my mind. If they had a backup 1-of-1 that they keep at, their warehouses or whatever.
I mean, okay, if you happen to be in those breakers' shoes and you was in that situation, how would you like for Topps to rectify the issue? What would be the ideal way of fixing it?
Well, at the very least, what I always like is some kind of communication. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're investigating this, which I hope that's what they're doing now. And they're known for not saying anything at all until the investigation's done. I prefer them saying, hey, we're looking into seeing what happened here. What would be a good way to fix this? I'm trying to think, like, I'm easy. I'm almost thinking like maybe send me a different 1-of-1, a different card of high value, something like that. Maybe if one of the people is willing to give up one of 1-of-1s
mm-hmm.
for something else, so they can destroy it and there only be 1-of-1, something of that nature. I feel like almost anything, because we're so used to getting absolutely nothing, like no response. No, I shouldn't say absolutely nothing. Sometimes, they do send.
If we do get something, it's minimal and it's after the fact.
Yeah, it just would be super cool to get some kind of a response, like, "Hey, we messed up in our quality control, something," which they did. It's not just with this product either. We were talking about we saw in Sports Card Investors video earlier this week with Topps Chrome Cosmic. There were certain inserts that there were more.
Some were printed more than others.
More of, and then some of the other inserts, and that the Mercury, Venus, that all that. They haven't seen any, so it seems like they printed too much of one type and didn't
and not enough of the other.
So I'm okay with there being issues. We're not perfect people. People make mistakes. Things that accidentally get printed or not printed. People make mistakes. I love when people just say, hey. I love it when they say, hey, we made a mistake. This is what we're going to do to fix it. This is what we're going to do in the future, which they still might do that. I'm just, they're probably working on that now. So it's just not a good look for, there's all eyes are on Fanatics right now. So
yeah.
It just sucks. It just sucks.
Because everybody's quick to point the finger at Topps, but ultimately who acquired Topps?
Yes.
So.
Yes. All right. Moving on to the next story here. I'm just going to start off like this. You guys have heard me talk, say just how I feel about Panini in the past. If you're buying with Panini still or doing anything with Panini, you're wrong. You're doing the wrong thing. Now's the time to jump ship. It's over.
Yeah.
WWE terminated their contract with Panini. And it's looking like they're doing that because of shenanigans. Panini sending them fake numbers, not, lies. Panini is sinking. It's the Titanic going down. They're done. They're just, there's nothing good coming from Panini. If you've got
the worst part of that whole thing, though.
Yeah.
WWE. Well, Panini had a contract with WWE that was still going for 2 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But WWE said, nope, we're done.
Yeah.
And from what I'm hearing,
a breach of contract.
And what I'm reading is once all that is pretty much finalized, Fanatics is going to jump in and get licensure and the rights and everything almost immediately.
Yeah. Yep. And Panini's been, horrible for years. Cool. As I see people making mention in comments, I don't like the idea of Fanatics owning freaking everything, but that's the direction we're going. So I'm hoping Fanatics keeps doing things better. They've been in talks with the head of the NBA, so I'm sure that's right around the corner where they take over the rights of the NBA as well. And Fanatics is going to have everything sooner than later, sooner than we thought. It's going in that direction is what it appears to be happening. So,
more to follow on this
see
story.
how it goes. Yeah, we'll keep you all posted on that. Some other, interesting things happening in hobby news this week. The card grader CGC is expanding their company to China, so they're going to be doing services in China now as well.
Yep.
So that's promising and showing you cards are popular all across are gaining popularity all across the world. We know they already have a really good deal in other countries with Pokemon and stuff like that. I don't know if sports cards are as popular in other countries. Other sports are, so I imagine they're expanding. Trading cards getting more and more popular in other countries. That's cool. That's why CGC, I assume, is expanding to China because business is starting to boom. We know PSA is over there already. So that's it's nice to it's nice to hear sport. Trading cards are just becoming more and more popular. That is a good thing.
I just got a notice that PSA opened up a new grading facility in Japan. Go figure.
Oh my God. Yeah, there you go. I thought that they already had one over there. Maybe it's another one. Because I know She Collects Cards went over to Korea. I don't know.
And this could be the one because this article was written back in July. So that could be the one that you're talking about.
Cool. So another fun story that came out, there was a gentleman that was cleaning out his grandfather's garage, family member's garage, found some cards, was going to throw these cards out, fortunately did some research, and this collection is looking to be close to $500,000. I'm gonna pull. You have that link up, Mr. Infuego? Do you have access to that? You might get quicker than me, but maybe not. We'll see. It was pretty cool that they ended up putting it up at an auction house, and it's nearing $500,000. Might have ended by today is Saturday now, so it was. Here we go. CBS News. Let's see. Okay, it was in Boston. Incredible collection of baseball cards, nearly $500,000 out of. Let's see. It was his late grandfather's collection. It included a rare set of 12 that is actually an advertisement for a sock company called the Boston Garters, dating back to 1914. The cards were close to being thrown away. They were piled high with stacks of paper, and they were headed to the dumpster. Fortunately, the gentleman got curious and thought since they were in great shape, he decided to contact an expert. And as of Wednesday morning, they were at $480,000 in the auction. And that auction is with Heritage.
And I actually have Heritage link up right now. And as of right now, that bid, the high bid is $480,000.
Yes. And they are cool. It is a really cool looking set. All graded with SGC. 1914 Boston Garter color. Complete set of 12. They are super cool. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of the names. I can't really see the names in the picture, but really cool, colorful cards that kind of have the tall boy look to them. So
I'm looking at it. I actually have it here. If you want to bring up the screen.
Oh yes, thank you. All I'm seeing, let's see, is just that.
Okay, let me fix that.
Let me
present.
Perfect.
Share screen. Window. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, so this is the 1914 Boston Garter color. All right, so you got people like Trish Speaker graded at a 2. And you got awesome. A Ty Cobb at a 1.5. And you have a Bert Shotton, Joe Tinker. Then you have Johnny Evers, Joe Jackson. Everybody knows about Shoeless Joe Jackson. And then down here you have Charlie Herzog, Walter Johnson, Hall of Famer. Then you have Ed Power, Comic Cry, whatever. Frank Baker, Larry Doyle, and then you got Walter Marinville.
Just look at the color on these cards are super cool looking.
Definitely.
So for those of you listening, definitely Google, look up the 1914 Boston Garter set and just to kind of get a feel for this. This is a complete graded set. Correct. That is on the Heritage. It's awesome. It is awesome. So, all right. We also, last little bit of hobby news here. Mr. Fuego was showing me the Next Gem company, which is kind of like a way to share. I think you could sell too, but it seemed mostly like it was focused on sharing your cards, like pictures of your cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as far as I could tell so far, I signed up today. Let's see if I can pull this bad boy up again. It's not, I don't have it in my private chat anymore for whatever reason.
I got you.
You got me. Gosh.
Just make sure I got the right screen up.
Yard, help me out. It's so really cool. I feel like it's more like traded card database kind of thing, but just kind of really cool format.
So this is the website of Next Gem. All right. And let's just say if you actually click on one, let's click on this.
Ooh, the Bret Hart. Yeah.
Yes. It lets you know who actually has similar interests to something like this. And then depending on the card.
That's Pittsburgh right there.
Uh-huh.
these who we're doing the podcast with him and Huddle next Saturday.
On October 1st, that's right.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's a feature down here that if it actually happened, it would let you know who's actually posted a copy of their card on here as well.
Yeah, so super cool. We are not sponsored by Next Gym. They didn't ask us to do this. We're baseball card nerds, and we look at all this stuff all the time and like play around with it and try it out. This is just something that came up on Mr. Enfuego's, came up in his life. He shared it with me, and now we're playing with it, and we wanted to share it with you guys because it's fun.
Yeah, clearly you could see I was playing with it because I got a whole bunch of A-Rods up here.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
And they do have a mobile app. So
yep. So definitely check it out if you're looking for another fun app, another fun thing to do with your trading cards.
I went ahead and put the link in the chat if you wanted to check it out later on.
Awesome. Yep, and I will put it in the description later. If anybody's listening to this or watching this later, you can get that link in there. All right, I've got to move on. I got to keep rolling. We're going to get into trivia now.
Let's do the trivia.
You don't have any other news?
Hopefully we find a winner this time.
Yes. All right, guys. So trivia today. Get ready. I'm going to get ready. I've been trying to give away these cards because not only are you going to get a shout out on our website, shout out here, we're going to put you in the description, try to promote your channel. I'm giving away Mike Trout's cards, and I originally had 2. So now I got this All-Stars Optic. I think that's 2020. I've got this Phoenix Building Blocks from 2022 Chronicles. I've got this Titan from 2022 Chronicles. And I've got this Select. I think this is Phenoms insert from 2022 Select. All right. Winner today. If you get the right answer, and that you're here on YouTube, for those of you listening, it's only available live Saturdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, here on YouTube. Winner will get sent these 4 Mike Trout cards. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Get your thinking caps on. We got a winner. Well, the question for those that's going to be tuning into us on your favorite podcast, the question of the trivia for the week is: the record for the most career games with 7 or more RBIs is 9. Who actually holds that record? And the answer to that is none other than the Iron Horse himself, Lou Gehrig.
And I'm showing Criterium Racer.
That is who I have.
All right, Criterium, congratulations. Going to promote your channel on the Baseball Junkies podcast in the description here on our website.
If you could, Criterium, if you follow ALEAGUEOFHEROWN, or you could check out the Baseball Junkies on Instagram, send us a message with your address so those cards could get sent out to you.
Yes. My email should be all in the description. Anybody's email, get a hold of me or Mr. Fuego so I can get your information and get these sent to you. I don't think I've sent anything to you before. So I put the podcast stuff up on the screen right now. I also have the SeatGeek coupon code. If anybody wants $20 off their tickets, just put in that code there. Mr. Fuego will share his later. After the show, we are going to be on Mr. Fuego's channel doing the after-hour show where we communicate and talk with y'all more in the chat, more, have one-on-one experience and break down different stuff from the podcast and stuff like that. So let's see. All right, shall we start with getting into our top 5?
Let's do our top 5.
All right, guys.
Interesting this go around.
This is interesting going around. So what we've got here are the top 5 baseball card sales of the week. We do this based off Sports Card Investors app, market movers and stuff like that. And this is what we got. It's an interesting one. I'm loving number 5. I love number 5. Here we go. We got a 1989 Topps traded Deion Sanders rookie card. So that's not the most popular Deion Sanders rookie card. The football ones are higher on the overall list, but as far as baseball cards go, that's the top baseball card of Deion Sanders, and that hit number 5 on the all baseball card list this week. Deion Sanders all over the news with everything he's doing in Colorado. If you guys are unaware, he's coaching football team over there, and he is making some noise, and it's awesome, and I love it. He's got, I think 2 of his kids are on the team. Doing good. I mean, crazy good things. It's fun. I love Deion. I grew up, Deion Sanders was one of those players that played both baseball and football.
After one sport, it's over. He would jump on a plane, get ready for his next sport.
Yes, and he did have a quick stint on the 49ers. I'm a huge 49ers fan, so I always liked Deion Sanders. So, in the last 7 days, we've seen a 23.4% increase on this card sale, and last 30 days, a 74.2%. So raw, you can get this card pretty cheap, about $2.
Not so much for a PSA 10.
I was going to say PSA 10 is a little bit different.
Yes. So the last PSA 10 sold on the 21st for $135.
Shoot. So the 1989 Top set is my favorite set of all time. I love that set. I like the little look of the banner, and it's just the one I remember opening a lot of when I was a kid. So 1989, I would have been 8 years old, and so love it. I've got a lot of Jose Cansejos and Rickies of it, and I don't know if I have this Deion Sanders card. I'll have to look, but that's super cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to number 4. Sorry about for those of you watching the banners and stuff, I'll take those off of there so you can see the card a little bit better. But it is the 2023 Topps base Gunnar Henderson rookie card. Not so surprising. Gunnar Henderson's been having a really good rookie year on the Baltimore Orioles, who are having a great season. That young team is doing awesome things, headed to the playoffs. Gunner's been doing his thing. This base card is selling, let's see, last 7 days we've seen a 5% increase, last 30 days a 5.2% increase, and the raw card, it was just a couple bucks. Another one for raw base card you can get for $2 or $3 on eBay.
And for a PSA 10, the last one actually sold yesterday for $55.
Not bad. Fun stuff. All right, moving on to number 3. So for number 3, we've got the 2018 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto Refractor out of 499. Sean Murphy. I don't really know the rhyme or reason for this. Don't get me wrong. Sean Murphy, awesome player catcher on the Atlanta Braves, who just clinched, headed to the playoffs. Great player, great catcher. He was on my A's, and I have tons of his stuff and doing great. I don't really know why that particular card decided to go up. We had a couple different theories, but super cool card. Who doesn't love an auto first refractor? That card has seen a 7-day increase of 170.6% and 30-day increase of 130.7%. Raw, if you can find it, because it is numbered out of 499, so there's a good amount, but not a whole lot. Looking anywhere between $45 and $60.
So the price of this card actually jumped about $140 in a span of 2 days.
Somebody's gonna lie us up in the comments and be like, what happened recently with Sean Murphy that made it jump like this? I don't know if he hit some big statistic or did something crazy.
It's something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But there was a copy of this card sold on the 19th of September for $44.60.
Mm-hmm.
Then fast forward 2 days later, it actually jumped up to $185.
Crazy. I'm super happy for Sean Murphy. And well, I guess he probably doesn't care about his card sales. I don't know, but I'm assuming he must have done something awesome in order for his cards to jump up. He was a great catcher on the Oakland A's. I love my A's, but I always hope these players that play so good, I do hope they go on to teams where they are appreciated, get paid their money. And now he's, probably headed to a World Series with that Braves team. So super pumped. That's a beautiful card. I've got autos of Sean Murphy. I don't think I have a Bowman first auto. So that is a really cool card. All right. Shall we get to number 2?
Let's do it.
All right. This card makes sense to me. 2018 Topps Heritage Base rookie card of Ronald Acuna Jr. I love this card. Ronald Acuna is MVP season. Just hit the 40-40 club. He's on his way up to, I think what are they saying? Like
he's at 40-70 now.
40-70 now? Yeah. But he's doing awesome things this year. I'm pumped for him. He seems like a good guy. He missed out going to the World Series with the Braves a few years ago because that's when he tore his ACL. So now I'm hoping that he's headed there now, and he's been playing so good. And he just recently got married and all these things. So last 7 days, we've seen a 15.2% increase on this card's sales. Last 30 days, 27%. Let's see, raw, you could probably pick up this card about $15 on eBay.
Okay. Well, on the 22nd of September, there were 3 sales of this card actually, and they were a little bit all over the place. Mm-hmm. So the first one sold for $86. Then the one right after that followed up with a sale of $95. And then the most recent kind of took a small dip. It actually sold and finalized at $60.
Not too bad. I feel like that's a good price. Not too expensive of a nice card. The Topps Heritage card, they just have a nice look. I love 2018 and 2019's sets of Heritage, and it's a really cool card of Ronald Acuna. All right, it's time. It is time for the number 1. Kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Tell us, number 1 of the week. Okay, Jason Dominguez's 2020 paper prospect first card is on the list for number 1 this week. Last 7 days, 1.1%. Last 30 days, a decrease of 0.5%. Mm-hmm. So, if you guys don't know, Jason Dominguez got called up, did awesome things. His card prices shot up, but he did recently just get injured and had a surgery. So he is out for the rest of the season. So there was no surprise that the cards went up. For it to still be on the list, I don't know if people are just, gearing up and wanting in hopes or in this. They still haven't adjusted back to what they should be now. But
everybody's on that myth of everybody who goes through Tommy John comes back with a bionic talent, kind of like what Verlander did when he came back after his second one.
Yeah. So. Jason Dominguez still on that list. We had the other theory we were talking about was this is the paper, the cheapest like Bowman base card you can get of Jason Dominguez. So, a lot of people just want to get a good deal and want to have a Jason Dominguez in their collection. So buying the cheapest one you could probably get. So anyways, that's our thought. That's our top 5. You guys agree or disagree? Tell us more about it in the Baseball Junkies After Hours show on Mr. Fuego's channel. That runs at about 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. All right, I got it. Here we go. Oh, it's time. It's time for the banter. It has been a week. It's been a week. I've been sending in tons of orders to PSA because I got friends and family that are sending me cards that they want sent in. And surprisingly enough, I thought for sure this was going to be on the list. But if you guys haven't heard Junior Camarino,
Caminero,
Caminero, sorry, he is a prospect on the Tampa Bay Rays. His Bowman first card came out in 2023 Bowman. He just recently got called up with the Rays, who are doing just fine without Wander Franco. They're headed to the playoffs, and I think they were like, we don't need Wander Franco. Let's call him up. So being it, he just got called up. I had a ton of these that I was looking over for my brother-in-law for grading, and so he was like, he'll go through if there's any, put some on eBay, and his sales have been crazy because he just got called up and things of that nature. And when guys get called up, and like if you've got those cards and you want to sell them, in my experience, it's best to get them on there right away while they're going up. And that's what I've been. I got slammed with that. I had putting the stuff on eBay and people sending messages and getting those sent out right away. So it's been, and then I got some cards for Mr. and Fuego today that I wanted to. There's no point in me. When I get stuff from Mr. Fuego as gifts, I just show it to him instead of surprising him in the mail, because a lot of times he'll be like, I want to get that graded. So there's no point in me shipping it to him to ship it right back to me kind of thing. So we have these little powwows and we show cards off to each other and share our collections a lot. So that was fun. That was fun today. The gentleman that I bought those cards for, I want to shout out his Instagram, KY Card Company. I don't know if you can scan his thing. He's on Instagram. This guy has been like a card collecting buddy. I think he's in Kentucky or Louisiana. He's been following me for a long time, and we send cards back and forth to each other. And it's just one of those really kind guys that was like, he's like, hey, I bought this lot of cards. It had a lot of A-Rods. I heard that your podcast partner likes them. Do you want to see if he wants these? And I was like, nope. I was like, I'll buy them because I'm going to get them for him as a gift. And he sent me those with some Boba and just a really cool dude in the company that always sends extras, is always thinking, knows the people I collect, and we talk to each other back and forth. So, somebody just got me. That's funny. Kentucky. That's a picture of Kentucky.
I didn't want to say nothing. I was just going to let it ride out.
I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Bless my heart. So, anyways, in Fuego, what you got?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's good to see that again. You've got these individuals where, and it sounds like this buddy of yours, he has true hobbyist tendencies. So I don't know his background when it comes to the hobby. Maybe he does flipping on the side, or he runs an LCS or whatever. But ultimately, it kind of goes back to last week's topic, when we discussed this interview that Gary V had with Car Collector 2. And ultimately what he wanted to see happen going forward was everybody being nice to each other. Mm-hmm. And this by far happens to be one of the prime examples of what Gary V was saying, And I mean, for those of you who aren't in the live stream with us and you're actually just going to be listening in on the podcast this weekend, we're focusing our efforts as a memorial for a member of the community who happens to be no longer with us, unfortunately. However, we are celebrating his memory through the hobby, which pretty much everybody that has actually been involved with has a common love for. Okay, so I mean, it's little gestures like that still shows that there is some purity within the hobby. nobody is trying to profit off of the member or whatever the case may be. But then, we are gonna have those bad apples, and we are gonna. I have a prime example that I will bring up in the after hours show that I brought up to Adrian already. There was a little video. We'll talk about it later on, but it's a breath of fresh air to see that in this particular case with the hobby, the good actually outweighs the bad, and hopefully it gets to the point where those that are trying to profit off of the hobby or make some type of life-changing decisions in the hobby who mislabel it as the hobby, go find something else to do ultimately.
100%. That's funny you say that. I was talking to my husband today. We were walking our dogs, and I was talking about the card stuff because he's starting to follow it a little bit more, the stuff with the fanatics and the 101 and all that. And he's like, I think you guys do the best when you're talking about this, the stuff where you're like, why you love it so much, and keeping the good things, and how you always send I feel like all of us do. Like, I know you like always putting extras, a little bit of extras, even if it's a base card of the person's favorite player.
Mm-hmm.
It like really like makes your day. And just from having those moments where you remember why you love collecting so much. So anyways, I've been focusing a lot more on that recently. I pay attention to the stuff we talk about in the podcast, just so people are aware, something to keep an eye out for. But in the end, this is just for fun. Stay within your budget, collect what you love, and have fun with it. And I feel like share when you can.
Yeah.
Share the love, win it if you can, because it really is fulfilling, and keeps the passion going. Anyways, it's been a good week. This hour flew by. I knew it would. I knew it would with all that we had to talk about this week. But I'm gonna wrap the podcast up. I wanted to keep it as close to an hour today as I could. Do you got anything else you want to hit up? Okay.
Well, one thing outside of the podcast, tomorrow will actually be day 3 of our celebration of life for Steve Marquez. For those of you who are familiar with YouTube that are not in the live stream with us right now, if you go to our website, which will be in the description of this stream here, the link to that third stream for tomorrow will actually be there. Come on in, hang out with us. It's gonna be fun where everybody gets together. We take time to pay tribute to a loved one, is what I'm gonna call it. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Tomorrow, like the game show stuff?
Tomorrow will be the game portion of the stream. Yes.
Yes. That's actually why I was wanting to wrap up the podcast on time today, because I know you and a few other people have been pretty much live streaming all day, working really hard on that. So, and I know we're going to do the after show now too. So, yes, they're on the Card Community Inc. channel. Maybe drop that in the comment real quick if you can, Mr. Fuego.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely go check it out if you want to feel the card community love and have fun. And tomorrow is going to be really fun with all the game shows, the Deal or No Deal that's done by Canadian Card Breakers. We've got the Guess Who edition with Adam's Card Closet and Sticks G's Jeopardy. Yes. And who knows, there's probably more that I'm missing or not remembering, but they're super fun, like game show things with all baseball or sport card collecting, all kinds of trivia and news. It's a lot of fun. If you're trying to get into the hobby and you want to get into a good community, it's definitely a place to check out for sure. So, oh my gosh, Criterium just dropped a super chat in the live. Thank you so much.
Appreciate the support there, Criterium.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. He said, awesome show as always. Thank you so much. And Criterium is the winner of the trivia tonight, won the Trouts. And I got to find out what else he collects too, so I could put some extras in there. So, yeah, it's been great. Love doing this with you every week, Mr. Fuego. It's fun.
Likewise.
Good time. Got a good time with everybody in the chat and stuff. And hopefully you listen, all of you guys listening in the podcast format, enjoy it as well. And yeah, all right. That's a wrap, guys. We're going to see you in about a half hour on Mr. Fuego's channel for the After Hour show. Thank you guys for being here tonight, and we'll catch you next week.